So,
So,
now we are going to show off our swag. We got a lot. Don't do that. We got a lot. We got a lot of cool stuff, and I guess we'll just go one after the other. I'll share my swag first.
Yep.
So, I sort of showed this earlier. Heat Guy J Super Android. It's an anime I have never heard of before. I actually got it from him, who got it thrown at him.
Yeah.
It seems like interesting. I've read the plot a little on the back and things. I mean, it seems... I don't know if this is only like the first disc or if it's an OVA. But it seems like it's something that's at least to give a try. To give a watch.
Actually, that wasn't originally I won that in one of their little competitions they did. The first thing I was originally given, the guy actually started at the front of the room. He had this big box set of something, ran toward me, and like slam dunked it into my hand. Really, but he stopped really slow, carefully, did it. And to my very, very, very disfortunate pleasure, it was like CDs and a bunch of stuff for Lucky Star.
Oh, goodness.
But because I have a penis, Brent, I gave that away to a woman.
I have seen a little bit of Lucky Star, and...
Don't make me relive it.
If you watch just the first episode, it just drags on and on and on.
The first 7 minutes are about how to eat food!
It's so boring. I couldn't even continue after that, so... But anyways, Nick also got me a guidebook for Dishonored.
Also handed out at the How to Con panel.
I have played Dishonored once. I got it rented back when my grandmother worked at Blockbuster. I honestly did not like the game that greatly because it was way, way too easy to die. The storyline was cool and fun, but I mean, it was that easy to die. I mean, you get like poked by a rat and you're dead. Unlike in like games like Skyrim, where it takes a lot to kill you and it's more realistic. Well, I wouldn't really call Skyrim realistic, but you get the point. But I would be willing to give it another shot now that I got a guidebook and all. Also, speaking of guidebooks, I also got a guidebook for Injustice: Gods Among Us, the fighting DC Universe game that I actually own and love. It's a great game. It has all the favorite DC Universe characters from Batman to Superman, Joker, Harley Quinn, Green Lantern, even Cyborg. And it's just a really fun game, and I definitely enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy this guide, checking out all the different moves. And it'll hopefully make me become a better player, because I played a little in the game room against other people and kind of got creamed. So, moving on. The game room also had something in it called the Pokemon Center. It was a little shop inside the game room that specialized in Pokemon-based items, and even had old video games. However, some things were obviously overpriced. Like, I think I saw, or this might have been in the dealer's room, but I'm not sure, but I think I saw a Pokemon Red version, original, for $300. Yeah. I know for sure, though, that the Pokemon Center had the original Japanese games, too, which was interesting. I mean, even if you can't understand it, it's very nostalgic, and it brings you back, especially with the 6th generation of Pokemon recently being released. So, being a big Pokemaniac as I am, I decided to buy something for fun. At first, I was looking at a set of pins that were based on the different badges of the 1st generation, but I eventually went to Vaporeon here. Vaporeon was my favorite of the original Eevee evolutions from the Pokemon games, and I've used it a lot throughout the series.
I always Flareon.
Everybody has their favorites. I personally have always called my Vaporeon Bubbles, and not after the Powerpuff Girl, and I know some people will think that, because that was actually the first thing that came to my mind when I thought of this again. So, yeah, I got that. I also, again, I mentioned this earlier, I got a new Shizuo Heiwajima keychain. He's a character from Durarara, basically a badass. That's the best way to put him.
Total badass.
And so, yeah, I had this before. I had gotten it before, but like I said, I have no idea how it got lost or how it even got off of the chain. I really don't know. So I just bought a new one. It was less than $8, which is a good price at Youmacon. Stuff there is expensive. So you have to have money to buy things. Well, you always have to have money to buy things.
Yeah. It can be expensive unless you know how to play the field like.
Okay, so I got the Baccano series DVDs.
I'm so freaking proud of you.
3-disc set. It doesn't say on here if it has special features or anything, though. Doesn't say anywhere on here.
Let me tell you, because I own it. It has...
It's 3 discs, has all the episodes, but it doesn't mention special features anywhere on there.
It does have a little special feature, but it's nothing too great. To be honest, it's just it has very little.
It's more about the actual show and the episodes.
Yeah, but it has a few other things in it. It's not too hyped. Maybe a little bit of bloopers and stuff, but nothing big.
And I like Baccano from the first time I watched it with Nick here. And we watched the entire series in one big binge.
Yeah. Drove down here 2 hours just so I could show him Baccano.
It was fun, and it was a good series, except the first 3 episodes were so frickin' confusing it wasn't funny. But it tied up everything nice and well, and you got to understand it as you watched on.
Part of its brilliance is doing that.
Yes, I spent $35 to buy this DVD. Was it a good choice? I think so. And, I mean, it's Youmacon. Yes, I may have spent most of my money there, but it's Youmacon. This is a once-a-year experience. I'm going to buy stuff, okay? And this isn't even it. You saw my Fluttershy hat earlier, which I bought for actually $22, I believe. I also got a Fluttershy plushie.
You know, let me just rant on this for a second. Let me see that. I've been roped into watching the first 13 episodes of My Little Pony. It's actually not a bad show. It's just a generic kids show that for some reason got more attention than other kids shows did. From grown men, nonetheless. And Fluttershy is actually adorable. Just a shy little character, just kind of, it's kind of
She's quiet, she loves animals.
Just an adorable character in general. Maybe even a generic adorable character. But when you get it small and cute and little, comparison size, there's only so much cutesy you can do.
I like cute things.
I like cute things too, Brent, but I don't go buying plushies of them.
Well, maybe that's your problem. And you're thinking in your head, maybe that's your problem.
No, I'm not. But, go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting your swag.
It's fine. But anyways, at the East versus West panel, one of the guy who was going over most of it, he has done a lot of writing, and he actually wrote a comic book. And we have that. We both have a copy, Justice League Unlimited. It's an actual comic. He actually wrote this comic himself, and that's interesting. I've always been a big Justice League fan, so this is interesting to me.
I think he was the most interesting of the two panels up there. The girl,
the girl Jan was just eating Subway.
I liked her story about how she got into the animation business a little more than him, but I liked his overall experiences that he described better.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, I only have one more thing that I bought besides food.
I couldn't believe that was him. I just sitting there without any attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Linkara from the Guy with the Glasses website, famous reviewer of comics and things like that.
Which I don't really watch.
He was there. He was at Youmacon. He's done a lot of stuff with Doug Walker, aka Nostalgia Critic. And the like, he's a great reviewer, great person. He has awesome characters, and he's just funny.
Yes.
And I
also lost a little bit of weight.
He has lost a little bit of weight.
You can see it in the pictures and what he looks like now.
Also, it's interesting to say that of all the people in the vendors and artists alley and everything, he was actually very reasonably priced. He was selling these prints, these really nice-looking prints, $5. Free autographed. And that was wonderful. I mean, when everything else is selling for such expensive... I mean, Give me a break. There was a thing where you could go in and get an action figure of yourself made.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was one of those print your 3D image of yourself
3D
thing.
printer, yeah.
It was cool looking, but I wouldn't do it.
I would love to do that, but honestly, that probably costs a couple $100 to do that.
Plus, honestly, playing with a figure of myself,
It'd be more of a collector's thing for me. Have it in the box or whatever they have, a case.
I don't think I want a figure of myself standing on the shelf. I think I'd get creepy. It'd be like an Inception thing.
It's just staring at you while you sleep.
You're staring at yourself.
Yeah.
Watching yourself do things that you do in private.
And now I think about it, there's actually one last thing I get. I wouldn't really count this as swag because I didn't purchase it. But I got the autograph of Caitlin Glass.
What? You didn't tell me that!
I know I did.
Oh my gosh, let me see. So cool. She also did Winry from Fullmetal Alchemist, by the way.
Oh yeah, she did do Winry.
Yeah.
I got that after the church service was done, and she was really nice to talk to. She was really helpful. I even got to talk to her about her part as Miria in Baccano and why she didn't return for the cameo that the character had in Durara, which was made by the same people, but made in a different place. And they didn't want to fly her and the guy who voiced Isaac out to do just the little cameo.
Shame on you, makers of Durara.
And she even made a joke saying, we in Texas would fly them out.
Yeah.
And I would believe it because I lived in Georgia for 2 years. Southern people are abnormally generous and kind.
Nice people. And the Southern accent sounds really soothing.
So, yeah, though, that is my swag. I mean, I didn't really get a lot of stuff. The stuff I got was actually kind of expensive, but it was worth it. I think I got things that were worth the purchase.
My turn. I'm more of a frugal guy. I don't like to pay for stuff. What I do pay for, I usually go for big, and I go for stuff I'm going to reuse. And thus, I love... But for first, I'm going to show you a few of the free stuff I got, because I consider that some of the... Get that thing out of my description right now. I swear, Brent. This right here, we got for free.
Well, that's just the guidebook for the weekend.
You say that, but it's still, what do you call it?
It's informative and has a lot of
no.
cool
What's the
stuff
thing?
in it.
What's the thing we just call this? It's still swag because it's your ultimate guide to a fun, happy weekend.
But it only counts for this weekend, and you won't be able to release it.
And last year they had a problem with it, and it didn't come out until Friday. So
really?
Yeah, they had a really big problem with it. And the guys that did the How to Con thing actually made a joke, said it's going to be the biggest help to you in your weekend. It has a schedule, it has
all the information about all the events and activities,
and
maps,
and the guests.
And
it gives you a schedule of the guests right next to them, too. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it tells you exactly what each guest will be doing, when it is, where it is.
Rules of the con, pictures of stuff happening. It's wonderful. But the best thing you're going to get free there for helping you enjoy the rest of the weekend. The thing is, as they said in the pros, then they had a con, it might not exist. It was kind of a funny callback to that, and a lot of people laughed. But anyway, yeah, this was great. Make sure you grab it. It's in they'll give you a bag with it on the way out.
Well, you can't grab it now.
Well,
Youmacon's over.
Next Youmacon, Brent. This is post Youm. Anyway.
Oh, and by the way, just a fun little thing about it. Attack on Yuma.
I'm surprised this year at how much Attack on Titan
Attack on Titan is the big thing right now.
Being so new, it has just completely overwhelmed the system of anime. That was more, I think the most cosplay I saw of anything else was Attack on Titan.
And it was mostly just people from the Recon Corps outfits with the brown jackets on.
Well, duh, that's because they're the
There were a couple Titans too, though.
Yeah.
Like, mainly just the Colossal Titan, but there was a couple Aaron Titans, and...
I don't want to hear about that. I've only on episode 5, remember? Okay.
Yeah, he's behind because he doesn't like watching anime before it's finished.
No, not just that. I'm waiting for my cousin.
He wants to watch it all at once.
Well, my cousin wants to watch it with me, too. And I'm being respectful of that wish.
I've gotten to episode 15 or 16 or something like that. I have it bookmarked, and I can plan to continue watching. It's a great series, and it's definitely worth all the hype it's getting.
Okay. Yeah, continuing with my swag, I got...
Plug.
Continuing with my swag, I got, I'll allow Vaporeon. I got the Justice League thing, which Brenda Ray showed you.